What is good, fellow fanatics? My name's Q. I'm here with the full group for this video. We got... Go ahead.
I'm Cody.
I'm Deshaun.
Yeah,
I'm Trey.
you know, they're not used to doing this,
No,
because, you know. But today, I'm the main voice. And so for today's video, we're going to be talking about the most anticipated superhero films that are coming out in 2022. We got a list of 10, and... that's really all I know that I'm doing for the intro. So you want to take it away now?
We got a list of 10.
We do have a list of 10 movies.
Yeah.
That we're going to be...
And we're going down the list, starting off with Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Oh, okay.
This comes out on October 7th, 2022. So, what are you guys' thoughts on this? It is definitely...
No, that's number one. My number one.
Most anticipated movie
Into
this
the Spider-Verse 2
It's not my most anticipated.
Everything I want to see.
I mean, it's got to be up there, right?
I don't know if it's my top 3 either.
Wow, bold statement.
I'm just going to be honest.
It's in my top 3.
I don't know if it's in my top 3 on this list.
Do you see this? Number one.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'm so hyped.
I am hyped for it.
But after how well they handled the first one.
Like, all 3, 4, 5, they're very swappable, so...
I'm definitely excited for Into the Spider-Verse. I'm excited to expand on exactly where we left off with Miles. I want to see... definitely want to see Miguel O'Hara's Spider-Man 2099. That is going to be really cool to see. I want to see exactly where they are going with Into the Spider-Verse as far as like the part 1, part 2. Like I said, my prediction is it's going to go to a live action thing. So I want to see, is that going to lead into something like that for the Spider-Verse for Sony? So it's definitely, it's in my top 5, but it's not my top 3.
See, I'm torn on that. Not that it will never get a live action. No, I'm not saying that. But I'm saying the part 1, part 2. What I think it is they're very, very much so opening the Spider-Verse this time, right? And, you know, if they introduce a new concept, like showing all these new worlds and new characters and stuff, to cram it all into one movie is really...
For sure.
Here's the plot, here's the driving narrative, here's the new stuff we want to show you, here's new people at the end. Real rushed, I think they're doing part 1 and part 2 to build it. Make it look really cool, make this really explosive. Now, if later on it goes live action, cool.
That's what I think.
Or at the end of part 2 it hints to something.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm not thinking at the end of
part 1.
Yeah, no.
We're in the real world.
No. I definitely think that
Disney
it's
HQ? What is this place?
Yeah, no, I definitely think it's going to be at the end of part 2. I think maybe that they're going to hint towards something toward the live action, because as I've said before, I just do not see them redoing Miles's live action. Redoing his story in live action.
I mean, not if, but I mean, you know, not everybody watched that's a Marvel MCU fan watched Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, then sucks to suck.
I agree, because you're missing out.
Yeah, I guess you better get on that and watch it.
It's the greatest movie.
I mean, it won. Correct me if I'm wrong. It did win an Oscar.
It was my favorite Spider-Man movie until No Way Home, and they're still pretty tied for me. I've definitely watched Into the Spider-Verse
and see,
more,
for me, and as
I
said this, Spider-Man 2 Sam Raimi is still my favorite Spider-Man film. No Way Home is great. It's great. It's phenomenal. It's, I mean, one of the greatest movies, in my opinion, of all time. But that Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 is still just like, I don't know.
I like seeing that movie too. It got a lot of hate.
A sentimental bond with it.
That's
okay.
I don't even think it's a sentimental bond.
You can't
wait, too.
Like,
I
can't explain it.
It's Doc Ock, right? I know that was just a good fucking movie.
Yes, that's what it was. Doc Ock.
I was thinking about
Alfred Molina's.
Why are they not agreeing? Which movie?
It was Alfred Molina's Doc Ock. Yes, he was, but not like he was in.
But no, I'm still gonna give it to Into the Spider-Verse. It was so much fun going to see that movie in theaters. It was insane. That movie was so good.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking. Oh, I'm sorry. We deviated, or not deviated. We switched back to Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, I'm just saying that's I really like Sam Raimi's.
I did not see that
number
one in
2.
Theaters.
The Into the Spider-Verse. You know, me, the kid, we went in theaters to watch it. He had a blast. I had a blast. That song did not get out of my house for like a year, but it's okay.
It's an amazing soundtrack.
Now it's in my head again. Now it's in my head again.
Yeah, it's an amazing soundtrack.
Needless to say, I keep on check. She was on back, nevertheless. Calling it quits now, baby, I'm a wreck. Baby, you're a wreck.
But I mean, we can all agree that everybody's anticipating Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2.
Definitely.
But I mean, moving down the list, DC League of Super Pets, releasing May 20th. You know, It's gonna be a fun movie for kids for sure. I'm definitely gonna watch it with my kids.
That is keeping it so fucking nice.
Yeah, you're being so.
And see where I'm going with it.
That's all it has going for it. Though.
But see where I'm going with it is, and I'm going back to the video we just put out about the DC reboot. This is the shit that
voice?
DC does.
You hear that voice
This
going
is
in?
what DC does.
I know, but you know, like talking animals are always in for kids. I mean, it's just they always have been. They always will.
Start
And that's just where it
our
is.
most anticipated movie.
that's
It'd be
cool.
like,
They're not making it for us. They're not making it for us.
That's cool. Put it on HBO Max. Why is it going to theaters? Why is it?
No, I know why it is, because he is right about the fact that it will draw families, it will draw a fun crowd. But am I excited to see this movie? I don't care at all.
I'm not. I guess.
Give
me Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 3
If I did not have a
I don't know.
4-year-old, I would not be going to see this movie. Like, I mean, that's just straight up. But like, I mean, I will.
All
go
I'm
see
saying
it just
when it comes to
because-
family friendly and children and all that, I went and saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2 in theaters. I won't see this in theaters.
Yeah.
That's not saying that I'm like
I mean, I
I'm
might not see this
shitting
in
on
theaters.
cartoon movies or anything like that because
It's
I
not
love
my
Pixar.
anticipated movie.
Pixar
It's
animated
not a
movies,
cartoon
Pixar
movie.
animated
I'm
films
just saying
are
it's
phenomenal.
not
So
bad.
I'm not saying I'm shitting on anything like that. I love
Zootopia
animated
was a
films.
great movie.
Zootopia is one of my
Talking
favorite.
animals. Once
it's one
again,
of my
always
favorite
in.
movies.
Always in.
Our Pixar movies. I
Now-
love that movie.
No, let's get past
It
that
is
one
Pixar.
here.
Pixar Disney, isn't it? Disney and Pixar.
Yeah, well, but they're two
I'll keep
separate.
mine.
So
Oh,
is
but
anybody-
did they not collab on that?
Like all Pixar movies are Disney, but not all Disney movies are Pixar.
I like how you did that. But did they not collab on that movie? Or was that just
No,
oh,
it's
okay.
just
I thought they
Disney.
collabed.
So,
Disney.
just to ask y'all the final
yeah,
question, was that
yeah.
on anybody's list? Anybody's list?
No, I mean,
oh
it's,
no!
it's not on my radar. at
I
all.
forgot it was on this list.
I'm gonna wake up. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna wake up
So-
tomorrow and I'm probably never gonna think about that movie.
Okay,
Oh, no.
so moving further down the list, the next one we have here is Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, coming out December 16th, running at the end of the year 2022.
This is probably the least anticipated movie of the year.
You think so? The first one was pretty good. It
Sure, yeah, but I don't
had the
think
most
it's.
uninteresting
But this
love
has some of the
triangle,
worst
love
hate
it,
I've
and-
ever seen before a movie even
Well, but it's
comes
getting
out.
a lot of
before
the
the trailer
all the
even
shit
comes
with
out.
Amber
People,
Heard.
That's it. That's it right there.
Well, also even
so
before
many
her
people
drama,
don't-
their love triangle, their love interest sucked.
Well-
it really wasn't very good.
No, I mean, sure. I don't think she's a very good actress in that movie at all, or just a very good person to begin with. Obviously,
But I even still take the very important drama out of it. I'm not hyped for it.
I mean, I really liked Aquaman as a movie, so I actually, I mean, but and like I said, I think it's the most least anticipated movie of the year just based on that. It is actually on my radar a little bit just because I like the first Aquaman movie and I kind
I
of
like
want
the
to see
first
more.
Aquaman movie.
And I want to see
It's
more
not
what
saying
they
it's
do with
the
that.
least
It's not on my.
Yeah.
But
It's not in my top
People
five.
wanna- People,
I mean, I'll
see-
definitely
but
say,
people
and this
don't
is
want to see it
something
because
that,
of Amber.
as establishing ourselves on this
It's got a
channel,
lot
I'll
of
go on
people
ahead
look
and
it up.
say out of all the
I
DC
already
people,
know, yeah.
Aquaman is
Like-
very low for me.
Oh,
I'm not an
yes.
Aquaman guy myself. I don't really.
Well, that's how a lot of people feel about Aquaman. So
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
that's-
I mean, it's so bad, bro, that when we were getting some of the decorations for the studio, and we were, they had some of the Justice League people out there. There's not an Aquaman in here because they just don't sell it. So it's
It's like that Family Guy scene where the woman's getting attacked on the beach and Aquaman comes out and there's like 2 fish and he's like, "Oh, you come a little closer, come a little more in the water, my friends will get you."
Scream all you want. Nobody can hear you out here.
I can.
Aquaman, help!
Hey, let her go.
Or what?
Or, I don't know, man, but you're lucky you're not doing that over here in the ocean, or else, or I would stop you.
Like, I'm just not. I know, no, now before any Aquaman fans come at me, Shuri's cool if you were into tuna fights or whatever. I don't know. It's just not my guy.
I mean, I like the
Earth is
first.
mainly water, so he's
but
got
no, I'm
a
not.
lot of.
Here we go. Not again. I'm saying, if I'm not excited to see the movie because I'm not a personal fan. Was the first one good? Sure. Is it going to be bad? Probably not. But
Yeah, no, I'm not. I mean, it's not in my top 5. I mean,
definitely not.
and then and then as I said, not to drug this shit back up, but because we're gonna move to the next topic here or the next movie here, but with what DC's doing, I'm super fucking uninterested in it. So
what's the point? What's the point?
I
Super
don't.
pets.
And that's a great
Yeah.
segue into this next one, The Flash.
Oh,
2022.
geez. Well, I mean,
coming out-
We know my thoughts. We know my thoughts on the Flash.
I would be hyped about the Flash
Am
movie.
I still... Now, don't get me wrong. Am I
say.
still going to see it the day it comes out?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm probably still
Ransom and Raven in the movie.
I will be... I'm going to sit down prejudgmental.
I don't think I have good hopes.
Well, I don't, because I don't like this actor. I think...
You want the one from the Flash series?
Not really.
You want to... Keeping it real over here. He's like, fuck him,
What do you want?
I don't want either of them. Quite frankly, I don't think either of them fit Barry Allen.
Oh, that's so funny. I'm not excited. I mean, I'm excited for the film. I'm not excited for what it's doing. Let's put it that way. I want to see how they've handled the Flashpoint film, their story. And,
for sure. I mean, there's so much to do there, and I think they're gonna fuck it up so bad.
I think they are too.
So
I
there's
really
so
do.
many cool things about it, and they're gonna do it all terribly.
I really do too. But like I said, I don't know. I'm still going to remain optimistic after Henry Cavill still being in talks with possibly being sued.
That came out the day after we
Yes, that came out the day after we filmed.
It was the day of.
No, the day of.
Finished filming.
Wait a minute.
Finished filming. He looks and he goes, "Oh my God, Henry Cavill just said something. Oh no, this contradicts everything I said in the last video.
Yeah,
that's why I hate Wednesdays."
Yeah, bro. So that's the Flash. But so the next film that is coming out in 2022, it's a Marvel film here, and it's one that is under heavy controversy, and it's Wakanda Forever, Black Panther 2.
I mean, we gave our opinions on what we thought of what this could be or could not be. I would honestly say this movie is either high on my list or not on my list.
I'm going to say that I don't think this movie's going to happen this year. It's not coming out in 2022.
You don't think it's going to come out?
And I'll go on record for that. They don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That's what I said in the very beginning. I said, is it coming out?
No way.
I think it's still coming out in 2022 because it comes out November 11th, 2022. They've still got all of the whole year.
But they have a whole year to not do anything.
If they replace T'Challa...
I think they're going to get it done.
If they recast T'Challa and do a good job with it...
Well, that's not happening.
I mean, let's
recasting T'Challa, that's not happening. We can sign, and I'm going to keep petitioning E-Man's reviews. But we can sign all the petitions we want. We can storm the Capitol if we. That they're not going to recast T'Challa. They've already said that.
Then it's going to be very.
So what are they going to do? They're just going
to. They are. I'm assuming, and this is just my assumption, that they are going to continue with the plan that is at hand right now, and he's going to die in the film off screen, is what I'm hearing, and then and then
an explosion, just like his dad.
Right.
I mean, that's probably what it's going to happen.
And then we're going to see all the other bullshit that I guess we've heard that's supposed to be happening in the film. But right now, there's nothing good about the film. That's why I'm not anticipating it at all. I really was, but I'm not anticipating this film anymore. I'm really not. I'm anticipating it as far as a Marvel film, yes. But am I anticipating it as like, ooh, I want to see Black Panther 2 with the shit that I've heard? No. No.
So we've talked about a lot of movies that we don't want to see that much. Here's one that's coming up that I'm really excited about, The Batman. Yes. That comes out this March. I think Robert Pattinson's going to do a great job. I'm really excited to see year one Batman. He's not a good detective. He's just trying to scare people, and he is going to get his shit pushed in sometimes. That's just straight up. He's a rookie.
It's going to be great. That's one. Now that is on my top 3.
Really?
Yes, it's in my top 3. I want to see that so much.
This is probably my second most anticipated. Right after the Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
They got me with that second trailer. That second trailer is what made it for me okay, this movie is really going to be like... It was that one, that scene where he just beats the shit out those the little clown posse dude. Then that scene in the hallway where it's dark, but all you can see is the bullets, or the flash from the gun, and then it's like he's just in, bro, that movie's going to be
and as cool as this movie looks, and as excited as I am for it, I just don't know where it fits into the DCU.
It's not. It's completely separate, and that's a good thing.
It is, but it's like that's every Batman movie. They're all their own things. Can we please get Can we build? This is what I want. Is
Build on
just
this?
build off this.
That would be great, but is that going to happen?
Well, see, that's why on my list, this movie, it's on my list. Is it at the top? No, just because we're doing Batman again. We're doing the same. And why is it the only good thing that comes out of DC is regenerated? You know, it's different retellings of the same Batman story. That's why I'm excited to see it. He put a good spin on it. Will the action be good? Yes. Do I like the fact that there's a lot more villains I want to see? Sure, but like, it ain't top 3 groundbreaking. This is new to me.
I wasn't interested in what they were doing with the Riddler at first. As far as the look, that's something I was not interested in at first. But now, after seeing him, like I said, a little bit more, and hearing some of the things he said, like when he said, what did he say? If you are not justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye? Like, I'm like, bro, that is just so good. Like that quote itself, it's just like, it's gonna be so. The movie's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be great.
I mean, I think it'll be good. I'm just not as hype, I guess, yet.
Okay,
I'll go see it opening day.
Let's talk about a movie you are hyped about. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Now that is my number one.
It's in my top 3.
Definitely top 3. It's the Batman and Doctor Strange are interchangeable to me.
No, that's my number 2 for sure. Did you hear about it? Oh, that runtime was a fake rumor. Huh?
No. I believe that was real. I don't believe it's going to be 3 hours. After the original uncut was 3 hours, but I don't think the film is not going to be 3 hours.
It's like Snyderverse was 4 hours, but they cut
But it is basically going to be a part 2 of No Way Home. That's where Multiverse of Madness is going to be taking place. It's going to be, and I don't know if you saw the concept art. No, I'm not. He's just. And if you saw I don't know if you saw some of that concept art that came out. You know, a lot of things from No Way Home have been coming out as the movie is into its 5th week in theaters. America Chavez, I guess, was supposed to have been in the film, which I'm glad she was not, because that was just been too much for me personally. But so that's what I'm saying. It's segueing all in now to No Way Home, to the Multiverse of Madness. Wanda is still the villain. I don't give a fuck what is being said out there. Do not be misled.
I'm really excited that Sam Raimi is directing it.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's gonna be darker.
I think yeah. I don't know if the movie would have been. I don't know who was doing it. Do we know?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if it would have been as good.
I think it was always Sam.
Well,
no,
I'm excited to see a Marvel horror
the dude
film.
who was doing it, he wanted to do it like 2 horror, and like it didn't.
That's what I heard
so
the first time.
They went separate ways, and then so they went and hired Sam Raimi to do it.
Oh, well,
that's what I heard.
The day I hopped on Twitter and saw that, I was like, this movie is just
the first guy they had directing it.
now.
Whenever when it was first talked about after Endgame, it was supposed to be Marvel's first horror film.
Yeah, and it's still.
But
it's still horror, but it's going to be a Disney horror.
It's going to be a Disney horror.
It is going to be, here's the thing that people aren't really, I don't think people are really getting. I don't think people are getting that though. We have to remember, and I'm going to continue to say this until Multiverse of Madness comes out. Strange is dealing with the aftermath of everything from No Way Home. He's dealing with all of his events that he did with Dormammu and having to, Dormammu, let's bargain, rewinding time as many times as he did. He's dealing with the events of Infinity War and going and seeing 14 different realities. These are all time breaks that he's created. He's also, we're also going to be dealing with Wanda. Again, she lost her parents in an explosion.
Everyone in that movie.
She lost her brother to the person she trusted the most. But she lost her children. She watched her husband die 3 times.
Mordo's in the movie.
But see, with all that loss, Raimi can make it a dark movie. But there is a total difference between a dark movie and a horror film.
For sure.
Right, but exactly. But when they said horror film, they're not talking.
No, originally they were talking about horror. You were scared.
I'm pretty sure we'll try to pull that quote up. But I thought they remember them saying it was going to be a Marvel horror film.
Horror.
Yes, but a Marvel horror film.
Yeah, scary.
You could say a dark Marvel film.
But here's the thing: the film comes out May? Who's to say? Here it is, January. Who's to say it's not going to be horror? Who's to say it's not going to be dark?
No, that's what we're saying. What we're saying is Sam Raimi, the guy who first wanted to make this, who they first had signed on to make it, wanted it to be so scary that they said never mind and got Sam Raimi.
What excites me about Doctor Strange is what made him great in the comics, that he doesn't fight villains from this Earth or even from this universe, but from the multiverse and from other dimensions. So you get into all kinds of psychedelic weirdness, which this movie is going to. But when I came and talked to Kevin about doing a sequel, I said I don't want to do just another sequel to do a sequel. If I'm going to do it, it has to go into the territory that drew me into the Doctor Strange comics in the first place, which is how they dipped into the gothic and the horror and the horrific, and we're going to make the first scary MCU film.
Initially, it was supposed to be a horror, oh shit, scary movie, jump scare, the whole 9 yards, and now it is still a darker and kind of scary Marvel film.
Just with a little razzle dazzle.
Little Salt Bay on it, but it's not.
Well, Trey said one episode we had, he was like the psychological horror of it, and I think that's like something to really think about.
Well, but I mean, he can be in any form of a multiverse.
That's what I think it'll be more like, just like more horror in the aspect of making you think.
Messing with his head.
Yeah, even like us as viewers messing with our head and stuff like that. I don't think it'll be nothing like...
Well, nothing like that, no, nothing like that. But I do also think that people are underestimating the characters that are in this film as far as like, and again, I just want to reiterate that Wanda, bro. Like,
oh yeah, no, for sure. There's a lot to that.
Like she is definitely, from what I'm understanding, and I want to move to the next movie, but from what I'm understanding from the leaks and things, we are going to have, you know, from the time, you know how they do the Marvel logo and it strolls through.
Yeah.
Well, in the Multiverse of Madness trailer, it's mixed in with the X-Men. It's mixed in with the Fantastic Four. So we are supposed to be seeing like the Fantastic Four from that iteration. The X-Men from that iteration. I'm hearing Blade. I'm hearing even Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider.
Well, there's a rumor that came out today that Professor X is in it. Like,
the
Fox version.
No. It's supposed to be variants of this. And then from my time to shine hello, what they had shared on Twitter was that it's going to be them having help. These variants are going to have help. So we're supposed to see Magneto from the newer X-Men and Sir Ian McKellen's from the older X-Men. And from my understanding, they're all going to be trying to take down Wanda, and Wanda's going to obliterate them all. From my understanding, these are from the leaks that we've heard so far.
She will.
Well, I mean,
Strange.
Not to turn this into a Doctor Strange video, so let's. Move on to Thor: Love and Thunder coming out this summer.
That was in my top 3.
It's definitely
not my top 3,
5.
but it's in my top 5. I'm excited.
I got it so high up just
her
because
costume is dope.
It's in my top. It's my number 2.
I'm excited to get to see Thor.
It might not be my number 2.
I didn't like how they made him fat. I didn't really like how they did Thor with all that, and then we didn't get much of him in Endgame really like that, in my opinion. So I'm excited just to get back to that. And then how we were talking about the other day, I want to see Christian Bale as Gore. So I'm just excited.
I think the villain in this one is selling it for
I think that movie is going to be so good.
It's going to be a great movie. This is directed by Taika again. Yeah, this is going to be a great movie.
And I think Thor left off in a good spot off Ragnarok. We're in a good spot in the story. I don't know. I'm just excited for it.
No, it's going to be great. You know, we're getting Gore the God Butcher. Gore is going to be Christian Bale playing him, as Q said, and we know that Christian Bale is a phenomenal actor, so I can't wait to see what he brings to that. I know as we get closer to the film, what does it come out in July?
That is so
more
crazy.
And more things are going to leak out about it.
Because he's such a lead man, too, to see him go and play the villain.
It's going to be amazing. He's going to kill this role. I really do. I think they picked the right person to play Gore. Mm-hmm. And I can't wait to see Gore live action. I think that's what I'm probably most excited for in this film, is to see Gore live. And the next to that is to see Jane as Thor.
You know what? I will put it as my number 3. Too. I will put it as my number 3. It's Into the Spider-Verse, Doctor Strange, and Thor. I was debating on something later on our list to be it, but I think that's my top
crazy.
3.
Me and Trey got the same top. That's why I messaged.
Yeah, Thor's going to be great. Like I said, we saw those leaked pictures from their costumes. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be one of Marvel's best that year.
Yeah, and I'm actually I'm happy that we haven't seen a lot about it. Like we saw too much about No Way Home.
Give it time.
It's in July. Once we get up to
once we get
May,
closer.
June,
like even the things we're about to start seeing about Multiverse of Madness, things are going to start leaking out more and more, because we're living in that time where that just can't be stopped.
Yeah,
sucks. It sucks. But I'm a fan of the leakers, because that's what we do. That's what I do, at least. But it does suck. It does
from a fan perspective.
Yeah, from a fan perspective. Yes, it does suck.
But all right, so the next movie on our list, coming in at what would that be July 29th? It's 10 days after my birthday. Is Black Adam.
That's my number 4.
Yeah,
Really?
dude.
I
had
that as my number.
Really?
It's my number 5.
4. It's my number 4.
It was one of my higher up DC films.
So did you guys like Shazam then?
No.
Okay, so what makes you think you're gonna like Black Adam?
Dwayne.
Because it's
I'm
Dwayne,
about
The
to say
Rock.
The
It's-
Rock.
Sure, I know, but it's. I mean, I get
I
it.
don't think,
Dwayne
but
The Rock.
see,
I mean, what are they
Dwayne-
gonna do? Throw Black Adam in a jungle and then he
Dwayne
goes fights?
The Rock Johnson.
I don't think that he's.
I don't think that just because Dwayne's in it, it's gonna be
Dwayne.
But I don't think it's going to be a light-hearted, funny
I bet
film
that
the
is.
way Shazam was. That's not what I'm thinking. I
Well,
think
no,
it's going to be a
it,
little.
It shouldn't be because Black Adam's not lighthearted.
That I know.
But
That's what I'm saying.
Is he going to be fighting the Shazam? Because that's the whole reason he even comes to Earth.
That is true.
So
I mean, I'm assuming
so we're going. He's going to go fight the
I think it's
lighthearted
gonna be an
Shazam
origin
that
story.
does not have.
But
I think it's gonna be more
I've
of an origin
heard,
story.
I've heard.
Well, Black Adam's been around for a
that
very long time.
Henry
so-
Cavill is supposed to be Superman in it. I've heard. Ding, ding.
It would be cool.
in
Okay,
there.
so
So
I mean,
we all know that Superman and Shazam. I mean,
That'd
Oh
be-
my
that'd
god,
be cool.
you've
That'd be
got
cool.
my like
you've brought
idol The
movies on my
Rock
radar.
with my man crush Henry Cavill going.
that'd be a great
ham?
film.
I mean, I just think that there's an animated movie where the Black Adam fights Superman and Shazam at the same time, and it's badass.
It's great.
And
He whoops that ass for a minute too.
well, yeah, Black Adam is bad,
Yeah, Black
and
Adam's
Superman is
badass.
weak to magic. And so
Black Adam's
We
badass.
all know how that goes. All right, but yeah, that is my number 5.
Yeah,
for
it's,
sure.
it's my number. It's my number. Actually, you know
I-
what? You
next
know what?
on
You
the
know what?
list is-
My
I think
number
it's my number
4.
5. It's my
My
number
number
5.
4 is gonna be Wakanda Forever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch that.
Okay. But what about Morbius? We've
It
all
is-
talked about
that
it a
is
lot.
my number.
No, that is my
it's-
4. We have Spider-Man,
honest.
See, but it.
Doctor Strange, Thor, Morbius, Black Adam. Because this movie, Morbius, depending on how they're going to do this, if they bring in Andrew Garfield,
I don't-
dude, the implications of what this movie could do.
I don't-
It's dark. It
Okay,
sets up
yeah,
another
I got
villain.
mine.
I just I do want to see this movie. It's not on my top 5.
Really?
Simply just because
I am sorry. I can't even get it out. I can't get it out.
Perplexed.
I'm perplexed because that's how perplexed I am. I couldn't get it out.
Okay,
Why?
I'm so
so-
shocked that it's not in your top 5.
well, I mean, so if we're going with if I just to explain what my top 5 is.
Do we want to do this? Let's
Spider-Man,
go down the list of people's top 5s.
Sure.
If we're going to do it, you start.
Spider-Man, Batman, or Doctor Strange. Those are interchangeable. Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Adam, and then Morbius is definitely the one after that. But I just
Some good
I don't know a lot about
Cinema
Morbius.
coming out
He's
in
not
2020.
like really. I don't know a lot about Morbius to begin with.
I don't know
so
if you know
it's
this, but
not
he's a vampire.
really.
Yeah.
If
You
I
don't
can say,
say.
one thing about Morbius, I'm not anticipating it just because the closer we get, the more it keeps getting pushed back. So it's like
That's
your
another
list,
thing is
though?
I don't think they're ready.
That's
I'll
what-
be
yeah.
honest. I don't think they're ready.
I don't think
hopefully
it was-
they do
I don't think
throw
it was
in
the
Art
fact
Andrew
that-
Garfield though.
I don't think it was the fact that they were never ready. I think it was the fact that they had a story, they had it done. Then
Morbius
they,
is supposed to be out already.
Bro, but then No Way Home came out. You have to understand how people perceived Andrew. You fake fans. These people that perceived
I just
Andrew.
don't, I don't think that's such a big part of it.
It was, though.
I don't think, but
Especially for him coming back into the Sonyverse. If he is D, and I believe he
think
is
there's
the
more
main
problems
Spider-Man in
with
the
this movie than we think
Sonyverse,
there are.
I don't
That's
think
all
it
I'm
is.
saying.
I think, bro, I really think they have a plan. Why else would the Oscorp Tower, the Daily Bugle logo from Sam Raimi, all those clues, Vulture.
I think you just might be hyping it a little too
Oh,
much. So
bro,
you might have your hopes up too much. That's what I'm saying.
Cody,
It's
Cody,
not.
explain
Cody,
those.
you heard about that thing, right?
Explain those cameos then.
Cody, you heard about that thing, right?
It's the hype train.
What? Hey,
No,
if you
no.
didn't hear about it,
What?
he's a vampire.
Well, yes,
It's gonna be a cool ass movie.
because he's a vampire.
I mean, you could also bring.
I'm not
Blade.
going- it's- for me, it's not
this
because
could
he's a
bring in
vampire.
Blade, bro. What are you talking about?
I don't know about that one.
I'm
Just
saying it
because
could.
but it is Sony, and that would be I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Sony not
I'm
have a-
I'm
oh, no,
excited
because
for
okay.
it because, like I said, the connections that it has to all three
But
Spider-Man
specifically,
We'll see. We'll see how
Spider-Man
connected
Returns.
they are.
for me. Yes.
that's
We'll
all
see
I'm
how
hyped
connected
about.
they are.
Oh, I will
get
admit, Morbius is
supposedly in
the
April.
movie. It is on my top 5, but it has the biggest potential to disappoint me.
There you go. That's all I'm saying.
But
that's
it is in my top 5.
I'm sorry.
I think it has the
disagree
biggest
with you
potential
both.
to just.
I said
disagree.
potential.
I think you could walk
Because
out that
imagine-
theater very disappointed.
Imagine you
I
go
disagree
into
with
this.
you. I'll be the lone wolf.
okay.
I
But that,
disagree
no, that
with you.
can walk
potential.
out, no
What if you go to see
Andrew
Morbius
references.
and it's just a Morbius movie and it doesn't connect to any of the Spider-Man at all, and that's what you get?
Yeah,
Would you
Okay,
not
but
be disappointed?
of course, then
It
yes,
has the
I would-
highest potential to let me down.
then yes, I would be disappointed. But I'm just saying, as of right now, from what we've seen in the trailers with the connections, there's no way that they're putting the Oscorp Tower, that they're putting Vulture, Michael Keaton saying that he's doing reshoots, Andrew Garfield talking about he would love to come back, and blah 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 blah. There's no way, bro, that all these little things
way,
are
bro.
happening.
There's a way.
No, there's no way, because this is the same hype that we were on. We started hearing that Toby and Andrew were in No Way Home, and there were people like you saying,
The naysayers.
"No, they're not. No, they're not.
All right,
no,
all
they're
right.
not."
Let's get to Q. What's your list? What do we got?
We got Strange at 1. What else even was there? I had Thor at 2, Into the Spider-Verse at 3, Black Adam at 4, and then I think at 5 I had Wakanda Forever.
All right.
Okay.
Was my list.
And what do you got?
And my main reason on Black Panther is I believe in Ryan Coogler, like I said in our
Would you have Black Panther?
at 5. It could be 5 or 4 Black Adam. I'm excited to see The Rock in that, but I believe in what Ryan Coogler does with his films, and so I think it'll come out well.
But see, on that,
Even if
who's
even
gonna
if,
win, Ryan Coogler or Disney?
Disney every time. Who writes the check?
See, but that's
Who writes the check?
See, that's the
we'll
thing.
just come to some mutual liking, and it'll just all be.
I don't think Disney's stupid.
Hashtag recast T'Challa. And on a little segue
That's
note, and
another
I don't
one.
want to segue too hard here, but just
he's
really
going.
quickly, someone had commented in the comments and on our recast T'Challa video and said, and left the comment, just Luke Cage. And I'm assuming that was your way of saying,
Luke Cage is also a hero?
that young black kids have Luke Cage to look up to. Well, if I'm on a playground and I'm 6 years old and my white friends are saying, I want to be Superman, I want to be the Flash, I want to be Spider-Man, and I say, well, gee golly, guys, I'm Luke Cage. No one's gonna take them. Like, so that was just a small segue.
He's gonna fly on.
That's not what we. That's not what we.
Just call him one of our fans.
You're gonna be walking home.
We're singling you out, and you know who you are.
I'm just answering. I'm just answering. That's all I'm doing. I'm just answering. But for my tops,
Go ahead.
My tops are Multiverse of Madness. Is number 1. Number 2 is the Batman. Number 3 is Thor: Love and Thunder. Number 4 is Wakanda Forever, and number 5 is Black Adam.
Cool.
No
You don't even have Into the Spider-Verse on your list?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Really?
Bold choice.
It's
is
not.
all I'm gonna say.
Wait a minute. Here's
It's
what
your
I'm-
list, bro.
Here's what I'm saying.
fucking
It's not
wrong,
that
bro.
I don't want. It's not that I'm really, because it's really hard for me with it in Black Adam.
Is
just
it?
because I want to.
Is it?
Is it
Because
really that hard?
I
Yes.
want to see what they're doing with Black Adam, but
I'm getting that.
I pretty much know what they're doing with Into the Spider-Verse.
No, you don't. That's the whole point.
Somewhat, bro.
Okay.
Come on.
You know they're going into the
I will
Spider-Verse.
fix this list for you. Number 1, League of Super Pet. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
He's rounding out the bottom.
Number
of it.
1 would be Into the Spider-Verse 2. And y'all are wild for not saying that. I'm just throwing it out
I
there.
agree.
And that's
Number
why I
2
agree.
is
You know
Doctor
my favorite
Strange.
hero is Strange.
Number 2 is Doctor Strange.
It's not like Spider-Man's not my favorite Marvel hero.
Oh, it's not like.
That's what I'm saying.
All right. Let's see here. Number 3 is Thor: Love and Thunder. That movie's gonna be hype.
Oh yeah.
Number 4 is Morbius because again the potential's so.
Because vampires.
And you
Because
know.
vampires.
No, not vampires. He's a vampire.
You don't get to say anything
Yeah,
about
you
that
don't get
film.
us high right now. And then number 5, I'm going to
I'm
give
gonna
it to
take
Black
no
Adam.
hint of disrespect on this panel. Ever.
And number 5, I'm going to give it to Black Adam just because
Dwayne
The Rock Johnson. And I'm not even lying. You know what? Call me fucking. Well, I don't care.
That's exactly what the Red Notice said.
Dwayne. It's still the most watched film on
Wasn't
Netflix.
that great, was it?
It really
No,
wasn't,
it sure
though.
wasn't, but that's fine.
No,
you
it
know.
wasn't. But you know what's wild? No, here's the fun part.
Hey, we all watched it, though.
I get to sidebar now about The Rock. So, here's the thing that I think is fun. It's the meme factor because Red Notice sucked ass. But guess what? it's like Netflix's most watched movie ever. It made them more money than like it hit record charts. His Tequila, I'm not a fan of it, but guess what? It is selling more than any and rising faster than any company. His energy drink sucks dick, but it's making more money than any other energy drink. It's just fucking The Rock everywhere.
I mean,
make him president. I don't care anymore.
That movie did good.
Meteoric rise.
Ryan Reynolds and Wonder Woman, and that's all you see. You don't see. I don't even know.
Yeah, and they circle jerk and play themselves the whole movie, and it's.
My thing one thing that I always say about The Rock is I feel like he is The Rock. He is Dwayne The Rock Johnson in every role.
That's what
that's what I'm gonna say.
We're about to
disrespect your man.
No. I agree. No, it's
that's
the meme
the
factor.
thing. We're about to see him as not
Are
Dwayne.
Are we though?
Really?
I'm Dwayne, Black Adam.
Are we really?
I mean,
He's like, oh,
but he's
Black Adam.
Bro, but all I'm saying is like when
my name is The Rock.
I just want to see him. I just want to see
not
him
like that. Not like that.
I just want to see him call Shazam
Y'all like he really
jabroni.
finna go fight in the jungle. Like it's gonna be different.
I
than what
guarantee he lands.
He probably will have.
Okay, you're young, so you
no,
don't
no,
remember the Scorpion King, but he tried this before. Okay?
It's not that he just.
You don't remember Hercules, but he
when
tried
he comes
this
to
before.
Earth, when he lands on Earth, he will land in a jungle. I'm calling it.
All right.
The very first scene of him on Earth.
Stupid ass face,
and he's gonna be like
eyebrow.
And that's what I mean. When
and you know what? That is a fucking money shot. That one eye raise will make more money.
It's just the intro. And then he's Black Adam.
I don't know.
You know what's crazy though? Y'all are we're over here shitting on The Rock being Black Adam, but like, I bet y'all are really hyped up for the Justice League with Supergirl and Batgirl and fucking.
And on that note,
yeah, we're done. You know what?
I'm saying people. No,
those are the top 10. No one's hyped for that.
Those are the top.
Those
10
are
movies.
the top 10 comic book movies, superhero movies coming out of 2022. So you guys, as always, let us know down below in the comments what movies you guys are excited to see in 2022. Are you excited for Super Pets? Are you excited for Morbius? Are you excited for
See The Rock? Are you excited to see The Rock?
The Sonyverse. Are you excited for Black Adam or any of the others? So if you guys let us know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, and share with all of your friends, and we thank you and for letting us spend this time with you guys.
Hey Cody, did you know Morbius is a vampire?
Bye.